After taking our family's annual trek to the mountains,
I'm back, baby.
good Lord, I take a few days off and come back to find the fall of Western civilization in full swing. I mean, we saw dear leader Biden in full fascist propaganda mode, claiming that MAGA Republicans are a threat to democracy. We saw Donald Trump offering support to longtime nemesis CNN. Oh, and a federal judge in Florida handed Trump a significant victory against Biden's Department of Injustice by approving Trump's request for a special master to examine records taken from his Mar-a-Lago home. Where do I even begin? Well, how about with top Republican on the House Oversight and Reform Committee, Kentucky's James Comer, accusing the Biden administration of potentially hiding information revealing Hunter Biden's questionable financial activities in a July 6th letter to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to start. Let's get to it. This is JP with Political Pop Culture, and this is my take. Is Joe Biden abusing the system to protect his son Hunter from legal repercussions? That's the question raised by WayneDupree.com this morning, and I gotta tell you, it's one that many of us, including myself, have been asking for quite a while now. Top Republican claims Joe Biden using government to shield son Hunter from investigation. Biden has a secret weapon at his disposal to thwart any probe into his son's dealings, the administrative processes in place for suspicious activity reports. In essence, unless the Biden-appointed Janet Yellen says otherwise, any such information involving Hunter's allegedly illegal deals will be withheld, according to a letter the Treasury Department issued back to Comer. In fact, the Treasury Department asserts that Comer lacks the legal authority to request such information. That seems ridiculous, but it seems improbable that the Democrat-controlled Oversight Committee would even agree to divulge such information, even if the full committee made the request. And even if such a request is made, or if one is made in the future if Republicans take back control of the Congress in the midterm elections in November, Janet Yellen might not be required to comply. Well, why would she be required to comply with information requests from Congress? We all know the law doesn't apply to the ruling elite into which Hunter was born and which Janet Yellen has clawed her way into. The Secretary's judgment is to be used in making these choices. In other words, it doesn't appear like a thorough investigation of Hunter Biden's allegedly nefarious financial dealings will take place anytime soon. All of this adds up to the Biden administration having a secret weapon, the ability to choose whether to withhold records that could demonstrate criminal behavior or even suspected criminal behavior. It is clear that neither Democratic Party members nor the Biden administration can be relied upon to be unbiased. It would be disastrous for the American left if the already fragile Biden administration were to be struck with a significant financial scandal. Look, this goes back to what I've been reporting on for the last several weeks. The corruption that's infesting all levels of the Biden administration and the Department of Justice. In the last few weeks alone, we have seen former FBI agent Robert Cesario plead guilty to intentionally destroying evidence which, by the way, was likely exculpatory, against a Republican state senator in Arkansas. We saw special agent in charge of the Washington, D.C. Bureau of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Tim Thibault, removed from his post for withholding the partisan nature of his so-called evidence which largely came from news headlines, to his superiors when requesting authorization to begin an investigation into former President Donald Trump. Hunter Biden has undoubtedly been engaged in a number of significant controversies. In the shocking 2020 article by the New York Post, emails from Hunter Biden's laptop showed how he had introduced Joe Biden to Ukrainian business people. Yeah, and then it was revealed while he was vice president, Joe Biden threatened to withhold $1 billion in aid from Ukraine if Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, who was looking into Hunter Biden and Burisma at the time, wasn't fired from his position. Which, of course, he was. Additional videos from Hunter's laptop from more recent months show the president's son engaging in different illegal adventures. His drug use and partying with what appear to be prostitutes are all captured on camera. The now president may have unintentionally paid up to $25,000 to a Russian prostitute recruited by Hunter. According to an excerpt from Miranda Devine's book, Laptop from Hell, Hunter Biden, Big Tech, and the Dirty Secrets the President Tried to Hide, which was published by the Post in June 2021. In spite of all these controversies, it seems the Biden administration has complete power over whether a thorough investigation into Hunter Biden's numerous questionable behaviors is carried out. But hey, it's okay because it's a Democrat in the White House, right? I mean, seriously, can you imagine what the fallout of any one of these stories would be like if it had been Donald Trump Jr. instead of Hunter Biden? Especially if something like this came to light right as Donald Trump was being elected? The media would be covering it 24/7. There would be nonstop talking heads demanding the removal of the president and the arrest of his son for his criminal activities. Why aren't we seeing that now? Why do liberals bow their heads and wait for the subject to change, or in some cases just flat out stick their heads in the sand and scream, "La la la, I can't hear you," when presented with evidence of wrongdoing and government corruption? Can anyone really be that in the tank for Joe Biden and the Democrats? Stupid question. Of course they can. The ends justify the means for the left, remember? Comer released a statement on Saturday in reaction to the Treasury Department's response to his earlier letter in which he criticized this blatant injustice. Comer claims that the Biden factory has racked up at least 150 suspicious activity reports due to dubious business dealings with foreign organizations. More information is required regarding these transactions and whether Joe Biden has benefited financially from his family's interactions with adversaries abroad. Knowing whether President Biden is compromised is a matter of national security, Comer wrote. Republicans will utilize their majority in the upcoming Congress to force answers on the American people. Good luck, Mr. Comer. You're going to need it. The swamp has a way of devouring those who seek to shed light on its more unsavory denizens. There appear to be mountains of evidence showing the Biden crime family is involved in some questionable and almost certainly illegal activities. But getting that information to translate into charges being filed is at best an uphill battle. If the Republicans manage to take the House, and if they're incredibly lucky, the Senate, you can expect to see a full-scale war between the parties to erupt on Capitol Hill over Joe Biden's blatant and probably illegal manipulation of the Department of Justice for his own ends. Hopefully, people like Janet Yellen will be subpoenaed and forced to testify under oath. Not that I expect her or anyone else involved with the Biden crime family to tell the truth. Joe Biden and his cronies in the Department of Justice will do anything and everything to protect Hunter Biden and to keep buried any potential crimes that he and the rest of the Biden crime family may have committed. As for the prying eyes of the American public, the media, acting as the propaganda wing of the Democratic Party, will do their part to cover for the president and his son, attempting to Jedi mind trick the people like Obi-Wan Kenobi on a stormtrooper. Go on about your business. Move along. That's it. That's my take. What's your take? You can let me know your take in the comments below. You can also let me know by joining the cult at PolPopCult on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and Truth Social. Thank you for listening.